Hey guys, what's up? देखा मैंने comments पे सब लोग बोल रहे हैं late आएगा, late आएगा, late आएगा. See, I came bang on point at 12 o'clock because this is the time that it's easy for me to come online as well. So कौन बोला late आएगा? Where are you, Mr. Meet Purohit? Not someone said late आएगा. ठीक है. How's it going, guys? How's everyone doing at 12 in the afternoon? By the way, this is such a good thing to learn now. I'll tell you why. Because I was just seeing, right, the market fell down a lot in the last few days, and today it did a small recovery. It's actually done a good recovery. Now, first of all, do you know how much we're learning together? Not only learning about the market going up and going down, but we're learning about different type of emotions that we are going through as well. A lot of people selling a lot yesterday, a lot of people holding on to it today, a lot of people trying to sell it tomorrow, a lot of madness that is happening in your brain. Now, before I begin, right, first I want to ask you guys, how many of you all were so scared in the last few days? Right? Put in the comments, put in the chat here. I want to see in the chat, right? How many of you all were so scared in the last few days when you're seeing your portfolio go red so much? My portfolio went red as well, and I'm like, oh shit, what is this happening? Now, in fact, a lot of people are looking at so I call this, like, you know how we have Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I call this my universe, right? So my universe has a few stocks. Ish Mohit's universe has a few stocks, which is SOIC's channel. Everyone has a few stocks that they keep track about. So in my universe, I think we had Subex that actually fell by 10-12%, and everyone's like, oh my god, pura portfolio deep red. People started crying, everyone was saying red, and a lot of people even exited. Like, for example, Meet Purohit just said, I sold everything yesterday, right? Now, as I told you, long term investing is not an easy task, right? Not an easy task at all. A lot of people think long term investing is easy. Now, if you, as I said, right, if you're in the future and you zoom out and see today, today will be a blip in the big ocean that is there. It's nothing today. Today and the last 1 week was nothing compared to 10-15 years of investing. Last 1 week was nothing. In fact, last 1 week was an opportunity, which a lot of people did not see. A lot of people were panicking, and nobody likes to see red, right? Including me, even I don't like seeing red. So immediately what I did was, I think yesterday me and Devjani were talking about some content idea, and then we said, you know what, the market has actually fallen down quite drastically, quite significantly. So let's do one thing. Let's figure out what are the good companies, that fundamentally good companies, that have actually fallen down little around 10%, because 10% means if it's corrected by 10% because of some market issue and not because of the fundamentals, that means the 10% will come back to normal, right? Again, eventually it'll go up to 10%. So I went and looked at all the stocks that would rallying. Okay, me and Devjani were doing this yesterday, where we saw a lot of stocks that were rallying and then fell from its all-time high, right? So that was what we were doing. Again, it's quite interesting, but I want you guys to see how this works, right? See, last 1 week everyone was panicking. Look at what happened today. So for all the people who sold in the last 1 week thinking market is crashing, market is correcting, it was a correction. It is completely fine because we saw the rally for so much. In fact, yeah, 10% gira, right? Max 10-12% your stock portfolio would have gone down. Do you know that in the last few months how much the stock portfolio has actually gone up? Right, we've seen our stock portfolio go up by 50-60%, right? And in that 10%, agar thoda sa 10% correction hua, to what is wrong in that? Nothing is wrong in that, but people panicked the shit out of everything yesterday. But it's okay, it's fine, no problem. This is how we learn, right? This is how me and you learn. Cool. So we're going to look at some good stocks that have fallen from its peak, fallen from its high, and in the last 1 week and the last 1 month, we will look at what has happened with this particular stock. ठीक है? बेयर मार्केट आ गया, पता नहीं, हाउ डू वी केयर? अगर आया तो अच्छा, एवरेज करो, नहीं आया तो मत करो एवरेज. इट्स फाइन, completely all right. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to go to my browser. One second. Yeah, I'm going to go to my browser. Let's begin because I don't want to waste much time. So let's look at what's happening, okay? Now, this is money control again, very simple. The market has gone up by 200 points. In fact, more than the market going up by 200 points, I think the mid cap indexes have gone up quite well, right? Mid cap, small cap indexes. Look at this. Nifty mid cap index has actually gone up. That means it is a sigh of relief that the mid cap index. Now look at this. For all the people who are watching, this is a candle chart of the last 1 week, right? For all the people who are watching this, just look at this drop from 28,400 touch hua tha, and then it fell down almost to 26,000 and then recovered in the day and came back here, right? Which was yesterday's recovery. This is how Nifty mid cap 100 looks like. See this. Now all this, now this is the thing, right? We were so zoomed into this picture. In fact, let me show you this in a better way, right? Let me open TradingView and show you something, right? Just when you're feeling scared about something, just see this, okay? Nifty mid cap 100. Okay, I'm just going to launch the chart. Let's see this. Now I'll show you how it feels, and I understand everyone's scared about it, but just ye dekho ek baar. Okay. Now Nifty mid cap 100. Let's not do a monthly time frame. Let's do a daily time frame. Now this is what we saw, right? This is what we saw. The monthly time frame we saw here that everything went down quite drastically. This is what we saw on money control. Ye dekho, last few months, last few weeks, right? From August 4th, guys, from August 4th, you see the correction happening from 28,000 to this amount, right? It went down almost quite drastically. If I actually had to show you, look at this. It went down till here, right? Till here. 5% drop only in the index. It was quite drastic, right? Now, you'll be like, yes, Shashank, this was quite drastic. But if I zoom out of this picture, okay, if I forget about this and actually zoom out of this picture, look at this now. Let me zoom out. ये zoom out करने के बाद, right? Do you see how many such things have happened? How many such 5% drops have happened when I zoom out? Are you guys seeing this? How many such 5% drops have happened? In fact, there's one more price drop here. Look at this. ये time frame में March 5th to March 26th, the market had dropped by 7%, the mid cap index. 7%, more than this drop. But this happened between March 5th and March 18th within a span of 3 weeks. Then you see another one happening here, right? It fell down by around 7%. Again, same point, around 15 days. Now, every time it's fallen down, why has it fallen down? Because it's gone up. Because ye dekho, ye rally dekho. So look at this rally, right? I'm just trying to show you how to scan stuff. This rally till here was a 21% rally, right? And then it went up, actually not even till there, it actually went up till here as a rally. 30% rally gaya either in a span of 2-3 months, then fell by 6%. Then again it went up, then fell by 7%. Now from here, from this drop, again, how much did it go up, right? From this area, it went up till here, 23% and then dropped by 5%. So if you zoom out of yourself, if you zoom out, right, this feels very different because now you're like, dude, ये तो होता रहता है, इसमें क्या tension है, right? There's no problem here. This is nothing to be scared of, or this is nothing to be stressed about, right? You get my point? So this is what I'm talking about. That when you look out from a zoomed out picture, right? When you see this, this is so scary, right? A lot of people like Meet Purohit also sold their stocks. But if you zoom this out, completely zoom it out, ये तो होता रहता है, up and down, up and down, up and down. In fact, what happens? Look at the better part here. What happens when a down happens every time? Have you seen what happens when a down happens every time? Every time this went down by 6%, what happens next? You see a small rally again. Every time this went down, you might see a small rally again, right? Or not even a small rally. This was a big rally. From March till now, it was a 23% upward movement rally. Correct? Now it's fallen down again. Now it's slowly recovering, right? Now you'll see this, the red part here, which you can see that a lot of sellers, in these are the buyers, these are the sellers. Now the sellers are becoming weak. That's what it says, right? If it's a light red, it's becoming weak. This was already gone up too much, right? It was quite significantly high, our entire index. Now it finally came down. Now let's see what is going to happen, right? So if it's gone down now, I'm not saying it will go up, right? I'm not saying that it will go up again. It might go up, might not go up. पता नहीं, हम लोग को नहीं पता. Nobody can predict the stock market. I'm not an expert coming and saying मैं predict करूँगा ऊपर या नीचे जाएगा. I don't know. But what we can do is ये drop जो था, 5-6 दिन का drop जो था, इसमें what are the good stocks that we can buy? That is my only concern. How do I take advantage of this blip? How do I take advantage of this small correction ये जो हुआ था? How do you take correction of this ताकि next अभी जब bull rally आएगा, अगर इधर से शायद से इधर तक जाएगा, next bull rally जब आएगा, मैं क्या करूँगा? Right? That is the game. Understood, firstly, before I move into stocks, understood the psychology of investing, right? Do you get the psychology of investing? I hope you guys understood that, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to remove this now. Let me go back. Now, the first stock that we found that was there, right? It's not Subex, because I'm just going to show you Subex. It's not Subex. The first stock that we found that has gone down quite significantly with good amount of, what do you call that? Good amount of fundamentals, amazing fundamentals, was this company called Balkrishna Industries. Now, this is not very large cap. It is not very mid cap. It is reaching that large cap point because the current market cap of this company is around 44,000 crores, right? Now, if you look at this last 1 week chart, last 1 week it had gone down by 8%. Okay, last 1 week it's gone down by 8%, and today it went up by 0.37. So I would still say it's around 8% for last 1 week, right? But if you look at last 1 month, right, I'm just looking at where it's fallen from its peak. Its peak on August 4th was 2,539. And when did our entire Nifty mid cap, whatever region fall? It fell on 3rd August से लेके 11th 12th August तक नीचे जा रहा था, right? From 3rd August. So I'm only looking at it from 3rd. So before that, when the rally was going on, the stock was going up, it reached 2539 and then it just shot down from 2539 to 2289. So if I actually had to map only the difference from its peak, it's almost what more than 10%, right? If you map from 2500 se leke 2200 ka drop is more than 10%. Now this is where you come in and take advantage. Okay. Now just one disclaimer, I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. This is not a recommendation to buy or sell. I'm just showing you stocks that are at a discount. Whether to buy or sell is up to you. For no reason. Yeah, so Balkrishna Industries is looking at a good discount right now of almost 10 to 15% discount. Again, it is very good financially, fundamentally, sab kuch acha hai. If you look at the financials here, if you see that it's constantly growing in revenue, right? The EPS is also 38, 40, 49, 60. Growth. Now a lot of people will be like, Shashank, 2,200 rupees ka stock hai, bahut महंगा hai. It's very expensive. Do we buy it? Do we not buy it? It's so expensive. What to do? Does it? Do you care whether it's 2,000 or 3,000? You just care about percentage, right? Remember, I did an episode called Percentage Matters. Because you put 10,000 rupees of into agar Balakrishna mein, if you put 10,000 rupees and it goes up by 10%, your entire net worth has gone up by 10%. So you'll make 1,000 rupees more. So it doesn't care, you don't care about the stock price. So you should only see how much money or average can I make. Now, just to give you a small deep insight into what Balkrishna Industry does, right? Just to give you a basic idea, Balkrishna Industries is basically a company that's into tire manufacturing. They do two types of tire manufacturing: off-road tires, OTR, or off highway tires. They do two things like this. Basically, it exports its products to around 130 countries across the world, and they are highly customized and engineered, right? And they have two very good advantages of this company. One is cheap labor, and they have good talent pool or a growing talent pool. So that means when the company started selling tires at a significant discount to most available alternatives out there, they found a niche in the market. Now, Balkrishna also spends approximately 3 to 4% of their top line on R&D. Top line matlab 3 to 4% of their revenues they spend on R&D, right? This is all I'm giving you information about the company, quick information. Basically, what else they have is the company is guided for scale. They're also expanding. They're doing a capex expansion. They're also going for a massive scale. Overall, they're doing really well. The capex that they have announced for FY22, which is capital expenditure, means expanding their business, is around 800 to 850 crores they have announced, which means this company has a lot of potential to go up even more. From 44,000, maybe it can reach 1 lakh tomorrow, right? So that is something that we are looking at everything. Okay, so this is something that is important. The company has long-term margin estimates of 28 to 30% is what they're saying, and the company has had price hikes of around 3 to 4% in Jan to April. So these are all the important things you need to understand when you're looking at this company, right? So the first company that you can look at or keep in your radar, because it has fallen down from its peak and it's not recovered yet, right? So this is something that you should definitely keep an eye out for. Got it? Understood? Very nice, very nice. Yes, this was the first one. Now, the second one is somewhere in the small cap, mid cap space. And the second one we had looked at was Rajratan Global, right? Rajratan Global, also a part of Ish Mohit's universe. Now, Rajratan Global again is a small cap company at 1,961 crore market cap. If you look at their 1 day return, today they went up upper circuit. You had a chance to buy at this point, but maybe after a few days. But if you look at what happened in the last 1 week, down 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. Last 1 week, it's gone down by almost 18.55%. And today it's gone up by 5%. So that means it's gone up to minus 13%. So abhi bhi minus 13% here. So it's still opportunities there if you want to buy. And let's look at this company, right? If I want to look at the 1 month chart, this is how it looks. Right, from its peak, from 2,700, it has fallen down to 1,900 and now it's at 2,000. So from that perspective, again, if you look at from a long-term perspective, this is a fundamentally good stock, also tracked by a lot of people from our universe, other universes as well. If you want to look at the financials quickly, um, you see how the financials on a 4-year period has grown. The EPS on a 4-year period has also grown. Everything is net income is also growing on a 4-year period. It looks like a very good compounding growing company, right? If you look at their June results right now, the March result was 184, the June result is 182. Their net income is also 21 crores. EPS is good enough for this because the last June result was 65 crores. So quarter on quarter from 65 to 182, from EPS of 5 to 6 to 21 is again a massive jump, right? So this is something that is again looking very interesting. It has an LCUC pattern which is not very attractive. Yes, Anish, you're right. It has that LCUC pattern. But again, this LCUC till here it was good. After this, it just went on an LCUC pattern. So this is highly risky, highly volatile, and enter at your own risk. It is highly risky, highly volatile, right? I would, even if only if you have a good amount of capability of taking losses, you can. But if you think about from a long term perspective, it seems from a fundamental point of view, it seems quite decent, right? Now again, giving you a quick example of what they do. Rajratan is basically the second largest bead wire manufacturer in Asia, excluding China. So remove China. Bead wire basically is critical, critical component in all types of tires, right? So tire hai, when we saw BKT, it's critical in all of that. 84% of this company's revenue comes from bead tires. Okay. Now they also manufacture something known as high carbon steel. Okay, 13% of that revenue comes from high carbon steel wires as well. Now Rajratan is the only manufacturer of bead wire in Thailand, and Thailand is emerging as the world's largest tire manufacturing base. Okay, so this is something that you should see, keep an eye out for. Now 37% of the global raw material or raw rubber supply is from Thailand, leading to significantly lower prices for raw materials. So this is again very interesting because you can manufacture it there at a very cheap rate and start exporting it around. Now if you look at their competition, right, one of the competitors in India shut down in Feb 2019. They had a debt of 250 crores and they had a capacity of 8,000 to 9,000 crores, and they shut down because they couldn't run it, right? Now this created an opportunity to Rajratan because so much demand suddenly came off in the Indian market, and they were like, awesome. Now the major raw material here, right, for this is steel. And the last year, the only problem here is steel increased by 25%, right? The raw material increased. So this is actually raw material heavy business. So every time there's an upward or a downward movement in raw materials, you will see that in the results as well. But again, over a long period of time, over 6 quarters, they've consistently given good result. So if you want, you can keep this in your watch list, but this is definitely available at a discount is what I would say. Now, entry barriers in this industry are also quite high, so that is a key important thing. Now all this information that I'm reading out, Debjani has made a beautiful document for it. I will share everything with you also, don't worry. As soon as this video gets over, I'll upload it within 5 minutes. You'll see the link below over here, right? In this video I'll share that informative document for you to just go through. Okay, don't worry, I always give and take kind of relationship. So that is something that you should definitely check out. Next stock that you have heard from my universe, okay, that over 2 stocks over. Now the next stock that you have heard from my universe is Mastek. Okay, Mastek, again, something that I like because IT is something that is, by the way, if you've noticed, guys, let me recap your memory, right? If you noticed in the last 5 days or last 7 days or last 14 days, this feels like forever, obviously, right now. But in the last few days, did you notice that the stock market, when it went down, there were a few mid-cap stocks, fundamentally good mid-cap stocks that did not move much, right? Happiest Minds didn't move much. Why? Because IT sector. Surprisingly, Loris Labs didn't move much, right? I thought Loris would definitely move. Loris didn't move at all. I would have picked up much more if Loris had moved. Sadly, Loris didn't fall. If Loris would have fallen, I would have again put more. I averaged when Subex fell, right? I beautifully averaged when Subex fell yesterday itself, and today, boom, Subex has gone up, right? So automatically, I made an 8% gain since yesterday. But yeah, these two didn't fall. So sadly, if Loris, Deepak, even Deepak didn't fall. So Loris, Deepak, and Happiest had fallen, I would have taken advantage, but sadly, I couldn't. Now, another company you should look at, what I'm looking at is Mastek. Now, one thing here, Mastek in the last 1 week fell by 7%, but today went up by 5%. So now it's only minus 2% again. But I want to see, not from last 1 week, I want to see from its peak, right? So if you see Mastek, currently it was at 2,800 at its peak in July 2021. And then it's slowly gone to a downward trend. Each quarter, each month it has gone in a downward trend. Can you see this? Now, it is again a small cap company. It's around 5,911 crores. But looking at the fundamentals of this company, it looks very attractive because if you look at the growth that they're giving on a year-on-year basis, EPS growth also on a year-on-year basis. If you look at their quarterly revenue, also quite significant. This June quarter was 521 compared to 402. Significant EPS rise. So from a fundamental perspective, it looks good. From a fundamental perspective, it looks nice. So again, all these small things that are happening right now, fundamentals are not affected. Whether the stock is going up or down is a different issue because of demand and supply. Fundamentally, is it affected anything? No, it's not affected anything. So if it's not affecting from a fundamental angle, that is where I step in and say, okay, you know what, if I have to keep this for a few months or a few years, will it become an issue? As long as the fundamentals are not changing, I am completely okay with that. So Mastek, for all the people who don't know, is basically a company that engages in software solutions and integration services. They provide new technology and IP-led enterprise solutions to insurance, government, and financial service organizations. Basically, their product offering is basically under services and solutions. They do two things, right? Now, what they have done in the last few quarters is they have grown by getting new clients, new logo clients into their company. They have increased their average deal size. They have expanded their sales and marketing team. They've expanded their market share. Now they have also acquired a recent company called Evosis. Now Mastek also, when they recently acquired this company called Evosis, they took a healthy amount of revenue from that company as well. So, and another advantage point here is that the dollar price has gone up quite significantly. So, if the dollar price has gone up quite significantly, it is good for IT companies. So, that is something that we should definitely watch. Now, what is the risk that they have? Because we have to look at both sides, good and bad. If you look at the risk is related to actually one thing called Brexit. I don't know how many of you all have heard of Brexit, which was UK's exit or Britain's exit, not UK. Now, since the UK region contributes to 75% of revenue from Mastek, listen to this carefully. 75% of the revenue of Mastex comes from UK, right? And UK may Brexit hua hai, so we don't know what will happen, how many clients will stay away, because there is a key risk since a lot of protectionism is happening, right? Where few countries like USA, UK, Australia, Singapore, a lot of protectionism is happening, where whether it's going to be an onshore company, will it be offshore? If there was a joint venture between a UK company and a Europe company, or a Britain company and some other company in Europe, would that work? We don't know, but we'll still see, right? So basically 75% comes from revenue comes from UK, 24% comes from US. And if 75% revenue is coming from UK, then what should we be looking at? Right? Me and you as a smart investor, we should be looking at INR to pound for this company, right? INR to pound. This is something that we need to look at, or just do it opposite, pound to INR, to make it more easy for people to understand. Now, if you look at the 1 month chart, from 103, it's gone down to 102, but we need to look at actually a 3 month chart. But if you look at this, it's always gone up, right? It's gone up to 103 right now, right? In the last few days, it's at 103. So this is something that we will keep a constant track on, right? So as a smart investor, this is something that we need to look at. Got it? So again, all these are interesting stocks for you to keep an eye out for. Whether you buy them or sell them is not my concern. Just keep an eye out for this is what I'm saying. Yeah, don't worry. All these information I'll give it to you after this entire thing. But till then, I see 500 people live, 550 people live, and I see 138 likes. So I want some likes coming in as well before I move on to the next stock. Right? Let me just take a sip. Like and subscribe, guys. Come on, don't be mean. Okay, next. Now, another stock that is again in my universe is something that I am tracking also, and we are all tracking, in fact, is Acrysil. Now, you've heard of Acrysil, but why I'm bringing up Acrysil? Because it's beautifully gone down, right? Amazingly gone down. A beautiful drop. But see this. It went down by 8% in the last 1 week, but went up 5% today. So all the people who bought yesterday would have automatically got a 5% jump, right? It went down by 8%, good time to average. It went up by 5% today. But again, let's look at the 1 month chart because I want to see its fall from grace. From its fall of August 6th at 697. From 697, it's fallen down to 596. Right? If you look at the 1 year chart, 697 or 6, yeah. Look at this, right? 678. So it's fallen down from 678 to almost 596. The last 1 month, it's gone up to 697, touched a high of 697 and fell down. That means it is very close to its all-time high also, right? If it's very close to its all-time high, it puts it in the interesting category. Now, apart from that, let's look at the financials. Look at this. Financial growth definitely there, right? Predictable. We knew this was going to be good. 6, 8, 14, good EPS growth. Simple stuff, right? I'm doing basic math. I'm not doing over engineering math. Now, if you look at their June to June result, last June 47 crores, this June 100 crores, doubled. EPS at 5, last EPS was at 1.48. Let's look if the margins were intact. Yes, margins seem to be intact as well. Net income 13 crores, good, seems to be intact as well. Now, if you look at last year, they made 100 crores, 87, 77, 47, right? This was the revenue that they made. So, entire last crore, last year, if you look at the revenue of last year, it was 317 crores. Yes. Now, already in the first quarter, they made 100 crores. Right. Even if you take an average of 80, 90 crores at an average in the next 3, 4 quarters, they'll beat 317 very easily. That means I can automatically predict that 280, 370, next hoga 350, 370. Now, if next is 370, looking at the average that they have currently, 370, if you look at this, it's what, almost 10%, little more than 10% is their net income margin, maybe 12%. So if there are 380, 390, this would be somewhere around 45, 46 crores. Another 10-20% increment in EPS. This is how I look at things, right? Very quick rough math on how to do this. So this is again something that is very important. Now again, for all the people who are watching this for the first time and have no idea what Acrysil is, Acrysil is basically one of the world's leading manufacturers and marketing companies for composite quartz kitchen sink. आपका जो kitchen sink है, it does that basically with German technology, right? Over the years, Acrysil has also diversified into stainless steel kitchen sink, faucets, food waste disposal, built-in kitchen appliances, chimney, cooktop, जो भी kitchen में जाता है, Acrysil was there in that category. Now, they also have some brands. Okay, they also have some brands. Acrysil now is becoming a complete player in the kitchen and bath segment while establishing a brand called Carisil and Sternhagen, right? Now look at these are all very popular brands. Sternhagen is actually a very popular luxury brand in Germany, and it is a wholly owned subsidiary via the Acrysil GmbH, which is a German based company, right? Now demand for quartz sink is increasing in double digits. Okay, so they have increased their capacity by 20% as well to meet up for this demand. Now the company also has a tie-up with IKEA Switzerland for production of quartz sink, right? For all the people who want to know this, they also have a tie-up with IKEA. Now in India, the growth is not very great, but in the US, the growth, I mean, in foreign countries, the growth for this is very insane, especially US. And their main growth currently is coming from exports to US. Their main growth is coming from exports to US, whereas India is just coming towards, okay, I want quartz, right? Now, what else? The only problem with this business, it's a highly capital intensive business. मतलब बहुत पैसा डालना पड़ता है अंदर and then get the return back, and the asset turnover for this company is not very great. It's not getting amazing amount of returns, but again something to look at because quartz is something very important in the current space and everyone's looking at it. So maybe it will be a future. See, Surya for example has Sternhagen wash basin in my washroom, but I don't know whether Surya, you knew that Sternhagen was actually a company by Acrysil, and if you knew that it was a company by Acrysil, right, you go buy it instantly and then you take benefit of that. सुबह लाइव स्ट्रीम होती तो रैली भी एंजॉय होती. That even if I had come at 9:30, the rally would have been over. Everything went up as soon as the market opened. So ऐसा कुछ you can't predict, but it's not like it's over, right? Because Acrysil from a long term view looks quite interesting, and you're still getting it at a discount of from its all-time high of around 697. So I would still pick it up right now if it was possible. The next stock, as we all know, again in my universe itself, is Prince Pipes, which we recently came out and checked it out with. Now, Prince Pipes in the last 1 month has been going down. Last 1 week also definitely going down 10% because of the crash. It's up by 2% today. That means minus 7% pe chal raha hai abhi bhi. Now, Prince Pipe again is a small market cap company. If you look at their financials, I think recently they came out with their June quarter results. So if you look at their June quarter, it was 332 versus their last June of 307. So it was a marginal increase. 11 crores in last June versus 17 crores. This is a very cyclical business, Prince Pipes. So you will see the revenues only jumping from here, but it's a very slow, steady compounder, right? It's not a quick, fast time compounder. It is a good company to have in your watch list. If you don't want to buy it right now and you want to wait, you can have it in your watch list. But all I'm saying is it has gone up quite significantly. It has stagnated here and now it's gone down. That means it's taken a small pause. It will definitely start moving towards the upward direction as well. Astral, yes. Astral, you want to check Astral? Yes. Astral also a good company, right? Astral is 39,000 crore market cap. Last 1 week mein dekhte what has happened to Astral. It's gone down by 12%, guys, last 1 week, and it is still at only 0.3% upward. That means Astral ka 1 week mein it has gone down by 10%, but let's see whether it's gone down because of the last 1 week crash or has it gone down because of the financials. That is also very important to see. Good financial growth except for these 2 quarters, maybe because of COVID, but we'll ignore that. If you look at their quarterly revenue, 704 crores. Last June mein kitna tha? 407. Yes, this looks more interesting, right? Currently, but only one problem here. Yeah, it actually looks good. Last EPS was 0.99. This EPS is 3.68. Yeah, This Astral, as someone said in the comments, Astral also looks good, right? So this is something you can definitely keep an eye out for, or definitely keep a radar into it. Got it? Awesome. Now, again, for all the people, I think you know what Prince Pipe does, but again, for all the people who don't know what Prince Pipe does, let me give you guys a quick introduction to Prince Pipe. Prince Pipe is basically one of the leading polymer pipes and fitting manufacturer in India. They basically have something known as Prince Piping Systems or True Pure. They have end-to-end polymer piping systems. Okay, they provide four different type of polymers, which is UPVC, CPVC, PPR, and HDPE. Right, these are the four things which are required for irrigation, plumbing, soil waste management, rainwater management. ये सब में Prince Pipes comes into the picture, right? They get their raw material from Lubrisol locally, so better off in terms of production due to supply chain. Management apparently is very hungry for growth, as we looked at it from their con calls. They have reduced their debt significantly and they want to go completely debt free. If they go debt free, interest component will not come in the financials and we will make more money because EPS will go out. Now they also have a plant in Telangana which is ready to ramp up production in the south market. They're weakly placed in the south market. That's why they want to go take over the entire south market region, right? Also, if you look at, there was a nice high anti-dumping policy duty for imported CPVC resin from China and Korea. So all these are very interesting to look at from a Prince Pipe's perspective. Also, guys, one more very important thing for all the people who don't know what's trending or what's happening in the market. Look at this. There's some issue happening in India with respect to Chinese yarn, right? I was just looking at a few people on Twitter. They're all talking about some problem happening with Chinese yarn in China, something with relation to yarn, right? Some problem is happening. So have a look at it, because of that problem that's happening in China, we are seeing impact that is happening in India as well. So एक बार just look at it. There's some shortage happening over there. कुछ तो scene चल रहा है. So just have a look at it, right? Because India में जो whoever is in that segment will definitely. I don't have full information on it. I just came to know about it right now, so I'm going to start reading more about it. Cool. Another stock, something new that I've never introduced before, something new that you should definitely keep it on your watch list, also has corrected a lot, is this company called HG Engineering. Okay, new company, HG Engineering. In the last 1 week, it has gone down by around 11%, today up by 2%, so it's still minus 9%. This is a new stock, right? If you look at last 1 month return from its peak, it's fallen from 595 to 539. So this is something that you can also keep a track on. It is in the small capish area of 344. If you look at their financials, 1397202822302617, good financial growth, good EPS growth as well, right? Proper EPS growth. Here the EPS dropped for some reason, even though the revenue went up. So something has happened here with respect to shares. But if you look at the net income, 84, 127, 166, 236, very good growth. And if you look at them in that quarterly angle, 944 crores this quarter versus 314 crores. This means already they're doing so well, right? For this year, they're already poised to win this year. It's still undervalued. It is still something that not many people know about it. No one's talking about it. This was, by the way, one of Devjani's fine picks that she found after her research. And what does HG Infra do? Basically, this company is engaged in the business of EPC. EPC is engineering, procurement, and construction. So, EPC, maintenance of roads, bridges, flyovers, and other infrastructure work. They also have a lot of clients with respect to government and private sector clients. Now, government mein they have NHAI, National Highway Authority, MORTH, Tata projects, IRB projects, Adani Group ka projects, and they're also a pre-qualified to bid for independently large EPC contracts. So they're winning a lot of contracts. This is again slightly risky because you can win, sometimes you can lose the contract as well. So, but again, something that you should definitely keep an eye out for, right? This was something that Devjani found during her research, and she said, Shashank, let's look at this and let's keep a track of this as well. Again, quite interesting, no? Very nice. Okay, I'm going to take again one quick halt here. Guys, all the people who haven't liked, please like. All the people who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to have some water. Okay, now, cool. Now, have you guys understood the different stocks? Okay, there's another stock that I want to mention. Okay, it's slightly in the large cap area. Another stock that looks quite interesting is Pi Industries, right? This is from Ishmoet's Universe as well. This also has fallen down quite nicely, right? From its last 1 week. If you look at last 1 week, it has fallen down by 3%. right? Not too much because it went up by 1.53%, but if you look at last 1 month's return from its peak, it's actually gone down, right? So this is something that you should definitely keep in your radar. Keep in your radar. See, there are other stocks that people are asking like CDSL, all the other stocks, they're fine. I mean, we've already done some research on them. I'm trying to find out the stocks that are you can buy right now at a discount, because if you buy right now in the next few 3-4 months, you would have gained fukat free mein 10% you'll gain, right? So I'm trying to give you an advantage of gaining 10%. If you want, what I can do is after 3 months or after 6 months, we can revisit this video, right, and all the stocks in the video and see what had happened. And then when I show you that chart after 3 months, you will see the difference, right? You will see like, oh shit, वो time पे खरीदा था तो best opportunity था ऊपर आने के लिए. So that was something that is very interesting. Okay, now one more thing I will do. These were basically and Subex. My God, कितना दिमाग खाया public ने मेरा कल. So annoying. People were like, oh my God, it's crashing, it's falling. Shashank पूरा बर्बाद हो गया, red में आ गया सब कुछ, this and that. If you don't have that capability to watch red, do not invest, please. Okay, do investments in ETF or do investments in mutual fund, large cap mutual funds पे करो. Don't do it in risky stuff, right? These are all risky. It's like everyone wants to get the risky element, they want to get invested, they want the best returns, but risk aaya to no Shashank, I don't want risk. Matlab free fund mein you want to sit, get the best returns, but not take any loss, not take any risk also. मतलब ऐसा थोड़ी ना चलेगा. मतलब you want everything, you want the cake, you want everything, but काम नहीं करना है. मतलब I want to just invest today and कल 20% upper circuit. उसमें भी प्रॉब्लम है, बिकॉज इफ इट गोज अप 20% अपर सर्किट फॉर 5 days, यू विल स्टार्ट कंप्लेनिंग सेइंग क्यों इतना ऊपर जा रहा है. मतलब देयर इज नो सेटिस्फैक्शन इन लाइफ, राइट? 20% ऊपर क्यों गया, मतलब अभी नीचे गिरेगा. सो इवन दो आवर स्टॉक इज गोइंग अप इन अपर सर्किट, योर बिगर टेंशन इज कभी लोअर सर्किट पहुंचेगा. व्हेन विल इट हिट लोअर सर्किट? आई एम सो स्कैर्ड, right? Lot of people have this issue, lot of people have this. See, for example, Rahul Patil is now asking, Expleo went down too much, please check. Arey, it's okay. It's only like the last 7 days it's gone down. XPO went up by 100% in the last 2 months. It has gone down by maybe 20% in the last 3 months. 3 days or maybe 10 days it's gone down by 20%. It went down by 100%. Chalega na? How does it matter? Right? It's okay. It's completely alright. It went up by 100%, corrected to 20%. Is there anything wrong with that? No. It's fine. Let me show you. For someone, I'm just trying to explain because see, guys, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. I'm not trying to do anything from that perspective. See, Expleo in the last 1 week went down by 12%. That to half the other stocks I showed have also gone down by the same amount, 12%. In the last 1 month, it has gone down by 0.6%, like 1% in the last 1 month. In the last 1 year, it has gone up by 182%. Right? So if it's going up by 182% and then crashes for another 15% or 12%, ठीक है ना? What is the problem? Did anything change fundamentally? Did something really happen? Did the founder die? Did something massive, major happen? नहीं ना? So it's completely okay. It's fine. So don't worry about it. Correction is normal. You cannot just invest in a stock and say 20% upper circuit कल चाहिए. ऊपर नीचे होता है. The people who are rewarded are the people who are holding for a very long time. It is all up to you, right? And if you don't have that patience, or if you don't have that limit of, you know what, I can't invest, I'm too scared, it's fine. There are a lot of people who don't have that patience to invest. If you don't have that patience to invest, you can invest in large cap mutual funds, right? You can invest in what is that, ETFs, right? You can invest in index funds. टेंशन ही नहीं है, रिलैक्स, इन्वेस्ट, सो जाओ, 10 साल बाद उठो, 5 साल बाद उठो, सेंसेक्स तो बर्बाद नहीं होने वाला है. इन्वेस्ट इन सम निफ्टी इंडेक्स एंड स्लीप. Who cares? Every month just keep doing autopilot investing in Nifty index. You will not get the greatest returns. You might get maybe 7-12% compounded annual growth rate. You might not get the best amount of return, right? But it's fine. Chalega, what is the problem? Right? So please, all the weak hearts, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just trying to show you guys that this is learning. Okay, this is something that we are seeing right now. ऊपर जाते हैं, नीचे भी जाता है. When you're going up, everyone's happy. When it's going down, lot of people are like, क्यों जा रहा है, क्यों जा रहा है, why is it going down, oh my god, it's crashing. In fact, when it goes down, always take it as an advantage, because the stock market always goes up over a long period of time. So when it goes down, please invest in good fundamental stocks. Always when it goes down, no, find out what has gone down. 10% नीचे कौन गया. As soon as you find out good stocks that have gone down by 10%, go buy them, because you know it's going to go up. Right? If Infosys fell by 10% today, I'll go buy Infosys. Why? Because it's Infosys. जाना ही है ऊपर, किधर जाएगा, नीचे तो नहीं जाने वाला. Infosys will go up only. Tata will go up. Reliance will go up. We know that. Right? So anything corrects, that is an opportunity in big stocks, in smart, fundamentally strong stocks. See, Mayank also exited a small case yesterday. He panicked and exited. Mayank, if you had just held it for another 24 hours, if you had held it for one more day today, and maybe you would have exited today, you would have been much better, right? So what goes down, guys, understand this: whenever something goes down, it has to go up, right? Whenever something goes up, has to go down. It is law of stock market. With something that goes up too much has to come down because of correction. Something that goes down too much also has to reverse, no, at one point and go up, right? Okay. So the only problem here is it is all about the entry. Okay, it's about entry. Now I'll tell you a nice example. Now, if you looked at recently, Alok Jain's weekend investing ATH2 launched, right? Launched in this period, one and a half weeks ago it launched. I don't know how many of you will remember this, but the ATH2 launched 1 week, 1.5 weeks ago. I bought it and invested heavily. Invested heavily, matlab, yeah, it's fine. Whatever is the key portfolio, 5 to 15 lakhs ke beech mein I've invested, right? Now, immediately at that point, the entire ATF portfolio went down by almost 10% because I invested at the wrong time, right? Timing is so important. Went down by 10%. Today it went up by 3%. I know for a fact in the next 2 months, I will not even be thinking about this minus 10. It was tough, boss. मैंने देखा पूरा लाल लाल, lakhs and lakhs of loss. I was so scared. I said, you know what? Chill. This happens in the stock market. Even I feel scared. Even I feel bad. Even I have that itch कि निकालना चाहिए. But I'm like, no, boss. Long term देखो, बड़ा picture देखो. Awesome. Chalo, I'll do one thing. Since I'm already here, I'll end it before doing one small thing. I'll end it. Now I'll take one stock from you guys that you want me to check right now very quickly. Tomorrow we'll do weekend research. By the way, tomorrow we want to do weekend research at the same time at 12 o'clock during market hours. Audience, tell me, do you want to do tomorrow's weekend research at the same time at 12 o'clock? I can do it. Yes or no? That's it. Same time tomorrow, 12 o'clock, market research, because I'm not there on the weekend. I'm traveling to Mangalore. 4 5 I can't do. 12 o'clock during market hours. If you find something, enjoy, right? Okay, most of them are saying yes. Majority says yes. I'll come at the same time tomorrow and do. Okay, chalo, theek hai. Okay, now stop. Give me one, give me two or three stocks. I'll put it on the poll, and once I put on the poll, I will do a research quickly. Right? Give me two or three stocks. Quickly, give me two or three stocks. I'll put on the poll. Oh my god, chat is blowing up. Himanshu is giving money and all, dude. Okay, let me put you on the poll, Himanshu, because you are a super user. What is that? Praj Industries. Okay. Okay, lot of Apple we already did. Yeah, who's ever asking Apple? We finished Apple already. Praj Industries is there. Okay. Yes, sir. Good stocks. Don't tell me, dude. Good stocks we've already done. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, I'm giving four options. My God, so many people spamming. Okay, I put on the poll. I have put on the poll. Please choose your options. Damn, we have around 625 people watching. Nice. Very interesting. Put on the poll. Currently, Praj Industries and Delta Corp are at the same level, 28% with 232 votes. Interesting. Okay, awesome. I mean, the title is very simple: Market Correction Stocks to Buy at a Discount. It's quite simple. Okay, I'm going to end the poll because I think Praj Industries and Delta Corp are at the same level. Let's do both. Okay? Himanshu, are you happy? क्या हुआ Praj Industries last few days? What has happened? Last 1 week, Praj Industries beautiful drop. Let me open. Let me open this also. 1 second. Oh, okay. This is fine, dude. Oh, this is a monthly chart. 1 second. Okay, let's look at Praj Industries again. Where is it? Let me close all the other tabs. So Praj Industries has gone down by what, around 13% in the last 1 week, gone up by 1%. So it's still minus 12%. Last 1 month, uh, it has gone down from its peak of 393. But I also know that Praj Industries rallied this year, quite significantly rallied, and now it's in this correction phase. In this month, it's in correction phase. Basically, it feels like that. Let's look at some key operating metrics of Praj Industries as well. Good revenue growth, no growth here, but again, good revenue growth here as well. Net income, but definitely has gone up, right? EPS has also gone up quite nicely. Let's look at some quarterly results. 391 as compared to 134 last year. So good enough result. This quarter's result also is good. Praj Industries is basically into uh, project engineering, right? So it looks quite decent. It's gone down for some reason. Right now it's actually trying to recover, I feel, but a lot of sellers. It's in a very downward trend still. There's still a lot of sellers that are there in the market. But it's done a good rally and it's consolidated. It was about to do a breakout, by the way. It consolidated so much over here in this position that it was going to do a breakout here, but it didn't sustain. It came down because of this last 1 week ke wajah se, or else it would have done a breakout quite significantly. um, yeah, it doesn't look very interesting. No, but I think fundamentally, if you're worried about, I mean, fundamentally it looks quite interesting. Let's see if there are any news related to this. Yeah, it's also in the ethanol space. Ethanol ka rally khatam ho gaya abhi, Himanshu. That's the problem. But again, now see, there's two schools of thought, Himanshu, for this, right? Ethanol's rally has actually gone down. I mean, ethanol's rally actually is almost over. But a lot of people are saying that, I don't know whether you've heard about this, but ethanol blending, have you heard? Mixing of ethanol with the current fossil fuels that we have. And the future cars are going to be blended fuels and not straight up petrol diesel, right? I actually did a video on the growth channel for ethanol stocks. So if you look at that from a futuristic perspective, if the ethanol vehicles come into the picture, it looks quite interesting, right? With the new type of fuel that will be merged into it. So from that perspective, theek hai. I mean, it's okay. But if you think about it from a futuristic perspective, it looks quite interesting, right? It looks quite interesting. It's not bad at all. Next stock was what? Delta Corp. Delta Corp to apna purana. I've only gone and spent so much money in Delta Corp, like physically in Goa. So for all the people who don't know, Delta Corp is in the casino business. Ting ting ting, nice casino business, right? So last 1 week it's fallen down to by only 3.868%, but it's gone up today, so it's actually recovered. Last 1 month it's gone down by 6.5%. Last 1 year it didn't move that much. It went up only by 53%. The reason why it didn't move that much is because of COVID. Because of COVID, the casinos were shut, and every time there is a new resurgence of COVID, they'll do bad, right? In fact, if you know, they were doing really well before COVID. They were nicely growing before COVID, right? Good income, good margin business, good EPS growth. And then suddenly when COVID happened, they got screwed. See, 61 crores, 46 crores. Beach mein Goa ka casino khula tha again, and now it's open again. Right? But again, now beach mein again Goa got shut. So every time the casinos keep opening and shutting, it is bad. But again, let's think about it from a different perspective. If you think about Delta Corp from a futuristic perspective, post COVID world, also Delta Corp has now come with online gambling as well through your mobile phone. If you think about a post COVID world, after 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, I would say Delta Corp will be a very good company to invest in by that time, right? Now, if I'm assuming that in the next 5 7 years acha ho sakta hai, then is it at a discounted rate now? Not, I don't know, right? That is again your call. You can take a call on it, but it seems very interesting. Delta Corp seems very interesting, right? From a futuristic potential, today's potential, no clue, no idea. So that is what it is. Casino gambling, and looking at Indians today, we love gambling. I feel gambling in the stock market, gambling in the crypto market, gambling in fantasy cricket market, gambling literally everywhere. Her jageh, it's up and down, right? So it's quite interesting. I don't know, very weird. No, I'm not talking about Delta Corp right now. For all the people who are saying, look at its PE. Yeah, its PE is not very interesting. But again, I'm not talking about the PE right now. I'm not looking at Delta Corp as a current company. I'm only looking about it from a futuristic perspective, right? So from that perspective, I don't know, it's a little weird. Awesome. I think that's okay. One minute before, or else this will continue forever. Okay, done. What I have come here to do, I have done. Okay, it was basically going to be a half an hour session, but you always take more time from me. What to do? All the people are asking for Kirloskar. I will do it tomorrow. I think I did Kirloskar, right? I don't know whether I did it. I think we did it in the last weekend session. So please go have a look at all the weekend research session. But tomorrow I will come again at this time. We will sit together and do our weekend research session. If not Kirloskar, kal karenge. Don't worry. Kal will do some stocks. You guys get some stocks ready so we can spam it in the chat. I'll put out the options and we'll take top 2 or top 3. Awesome. I hope you guys liked this. I hope the stocks that were shown were good and you can take some research and inspiration out of this. I will upload that PDF here after 5 minutes of this stream when I close. 5 minutes mein upload karunga. Again, if you guys like this, please like, share and subscribe. It takes a lot of effort from me and Deb to do all this. And again, one shout out to Debjani in the chat because a lot of research has been done by her also. Okay, ठीक है, awesome. Chalo, thank you guys. I will see you soon. God knows when. See you.